guys, Captain Paul here, week 81. I'm so excited to be here. Last week brought you aboard Southern Estate here, which is basically it's a 50-foot trawler, marine trader, 1981, 82 actually. And we took you for a tour of the boat and a walk around, and we told you that we paid $25,000 for it. But I want to talk today about the actual cost when we went and purchased this boat, because there was a lot more involved than just the $25,000 fame to claim. And it's just like that with any other boat. I got a text today from Jim. I don't know if anybody remembers the Grand Banks here. I'll show you the video. I'll actually link some of the video, a video right here from that trip. But we did a delivery of a 36 Grand Banks. The purchase price of that boat was $79,000. And in a few minutes, I'll tell you what he's got into the boat today. He literally texted me today and said, "This is what I have in the boat today, and something's got to change." Anyway, you're going to be shocked when you hear the numbers. But I don't want you to be, this channel is about, a lot about, the process of buying a boat, a used boat in this market, and specifically, these older trawlers, so in that vintage 80s to 90s to the early 2000 trawlers. And in my opinion, just about all of them need work, including Southern Estate here, which I paid $25,000 for, and that was the asking price of the boat. But if we go back into the history a little bit, this boat was listed at $129,000, then it was listed at $89,000, and this was all with a broker and stuff like that. And I had been watching the boat for a couple of years actually. And what happened was the guy just one day on Facebook said $25,000, and I just called him right away. I already knew the boat because I'd already talked to him. I've already seen the survey. I've got everything on this boat already, and I just called him up and said, "Where do I need to wire the money?" Is basically what happened. Right away. I didn't hesitate. I didn't say I need to go get a survey. I didn't need to say I got to go do this. There was no delays. I just paid. We just literally made arrangements to pay him, get him paid, and then move forward with the boat. And our plan was, if the boat was a total piece of junk, we would just take it down the coast and dump it, and we figured we could get $30,000, $40,000 for it. But that's not the way it turned out. It turned out that we did see something after we knocked off all the bark. And what I mean by that, there was a lot, because after we made the purchase of the boat for $25,000, there was another $2,000 agreement, and that was for all the tools, and we kept the outboard. We actually kept the dinghy and everything on the boat, but the big thing was the outboard, the Honda generator, and all the tools. We gave them another $2,000, so now we're at $27,000. But by the time I left that boatyard, which was actually Pete, here's an actual picture of it sitting in the boatyard that we picked it up in Maine as they were getting ready to put it in the water. We did a bottom job on it. We did all new batteries. By the time Pete left that boatyard, we were in the boat for $47,000. So right there, that's right at $15,000. I'm not getting the exact numbers, but that's what I had to write a check for, was $47,000. Then shortly after that, Pete gets the boat to me, which was a 500-mile run, and it was another. Once he got the boat to me, it was another. The toilet wasn't working. There's $1,000 right there. It was actually more than that. It was right around $1,200. Had to buy a new electric head, and then all the engine parts, because I changed out all the coolers. When he got to me, we changed out the oil transmission coolers and the engine coolers. We did all of that at Delaware City Marina, actually. And so that had to be done. So before we ever left Delaware City Marina, another $10K was put into the boat. Then after that, every piece of furniture, every couch, every chair, it was all garbage. It had to just be cut out of here. Not cut out of here. We put it in a trash can. We filled every single trash can in every single marina for the next 6 weeks while we were driving the boat on America's Great Loop, and dumping all of the stuff out of the boat. So that's another $10,000. So we're at $57,000, and we're just going to break it. Just call it an even $60,000. That's what it costs to get. That's something that I can live aboard And dude, that didn't count the new mattress that I put in here, the new air conditioners. I knew it still needed air conditioners. I knew it still needed, I had to put a front mattress in the front right there. Just those items alone is another $10,000. My mattress was $3,000. And so, and I'm not saying this to complain or to do, to get you all worked up. It's just reality. It's just what it really, really costs. So now I'm into this boat for 80 grand. Throw another solar system on there. That solar system was well over in excess, and just the parts was over $10,000. Now I'm in it for $80,000. Throw a new dinghy up front there, another $5,000. Now we're in it for $85,000, and you can just see how it snowballs. And it's going to be no different for anybody else. Harold, Jim Anderson on the 36 gram banks. He sent me a text today, and that text read, basically, we paid $79,000 for this boat. I'm now into this boat for $217,000, and he pays $25,000 a month slip rent, and that is not included in that price. And it, because it flabbergasted him. It floored him a little bit. Like, he's saying, he couldn't believe, how much money he had spent, because he really didn't pay attention, just like me. When I'm in the heat of the battle with Southern Estate, and even Luke Princess before that, Luke Princess was a 36-foot trawler. The one I started with was a 36-foot trawler, and that boat, I picked it up for $35,000, but by the time I got it in the water and ready for America's Great Loop, I was cash out of my pocket, right at about $75,000, and I was only able to sell that boat for about $60,000, and that's just the harsh reality of where we're at. Last week I had somebody made the comment, when we did the 911 video about the market, the crash in the market, saying, where's my credibility? The boat was listed at $300,000 and actually sold for $220,000. I mean, how can you call that credibility? I mean, I didn't make that up. I didn't go to the brokers. I don't tell these people where to list their boats. Curtis Stokes just listed one last week for $339,000. Now, do I think that boat's going to sell? No. Do I think it's overpriced? Absolutely, 100%. But that's not for me to call, and it's, I didn't list the boat. And I think that's absolutely ludicrous and insane, especially in this market right now. And he's going to show that one that we just bought, which was a 2011, I think his is a little bit newer, 16 or 17. Find the listing right here. Anyway, that one, for $339, I mean, it's $250. If the generator's working and everything like that, that's the realistic price of probably what something like that would bring in this crashing market. So, I don't want to scare you guys. I don't want to, there is some reality of living this dream, and can it be done on a budget? Yes, it can. I mean, I have several people right now looking at boats, and again, every single time I tell them, that, just be prepared, because after you've made the purchase of the boat, there's still plenty of stuff to do, and it really never ends. Today, I could pop $30,000 in Southern Estate like that. It'd be no big deal at all. I mean, a bottom job, some electronics. I could put another air conditioner in here. There's several things that I could do to this boat right now to upgrade it and just keep spending money on it. And because that never ever ends. And a lot of these people buy these boats, they got in over their heads. They don't maintain them properly. And then they just kind of get decrepit, and then that's most of the boats that you're looking at right now. That's why you can't find the bargains that you think you should be looking at, but you're not. Anyway, I hope that made sense. It kind of got twisted there a little bit. But anyway, I know that the market is brutal, and I know this is from my experience that it can be very, very rewarding for the guys that stick it out. My best advice to you is never give up. And I'm not going to lie to you, I cannot find you your $25,000 trawler. That's not what I'm about. That's not what this channel's about. But I can give you some advice, and I can look at the boat, and I can make, help you through the process. because that's kind of what I do. I can also move the boat. There's a lot that I can do and a lot of stuff that I offer, but finding the actual boat for $25,000 is impossible. That's something you have to do. You have to dig through every Facebook, uh, uh, marine trader, marine trader. I mean, just I'm talking about Boat Trader, Yacht World, Craigslist, everywhere you can go, and you just got to keep grinding and keep going and never give up, and one day the boat will pop up. Another interesting story that I just want to share with you guys real quick here, week 81, which was the year I graduated from high school. Anybody want to put an age to me, they can. Anyway, is that this was my second trawler. You know, when I said, hey, I'm going to go do America's Great Loop, I bought my original trawler, and then this is the second trawler, all within like a 6-month period. Same thing with Harold and Karen on their boat, the Bristol. They picked up their first boat. They said this isn't quite what we wanted, and they just kept looking. And one happened to pull it right in here into the harbor. They were able to sell their boat for what they thought they needed for it, and then they were able to purchase the Bristol for I think he paid like 50 grand for that. But Harold's a perfect example of saying, you know, he paid 50. That boat, I mean, he's put $25,000 in that boat today, and he's only had the boat like 3 months. But he did put a solar system on it that cost $15,000. We've done some engine work to it. You saw a few of those videos and stuff like that. And he continuously, the projects never end. Like he keeps Karen put a new canvas on it. Again, just going to keep going and keep going. And, you know, like he didn't believe me when I told him. I said, you'll be in this boat for probably well over $80,000, $90,000. And he says, I can't do that. It's not going to happen. It's happening. Trust me, it's happening. Or he goes without, and that's where you know we're at. So you want to find a boat that, you know, somebody like Harold bought and then did all the work, enjoyed it for a few years, and then wants to sell it. You want to find a boat like Southern Estate here, you know, where we keep it up, but it's still not perfectly maintained. There's no way anybody could ever say that Southern Estate is perfectly maintained. The biggest, you know, even the more expensive the boats get, the more money people have, and usually the better they're maintained. And that being said, I'm talking when you get past that $1 million mark, because people that can afford $1 million boats don't have an issue putting $100,000 in maintenance in a boat. They usually don't. People that pay $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 for a boat, they typically don't have that $1 million bank account. And so it gets a little bit tougher for them to put the actual money into the boat because they always have so much other stuff to do. So that's what you got to be careful for. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos of this new format here. I do a little green screening. I hope you guys are doing it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share it with your friends. You know, I am here to help anybody that needs it. Welcome to call me. First hour is free. After that, it's $50 an hour. I also go out to the boats. A couple of boats we're getting ready to go out to. I just got a call on a Hatteras, another 65 Hatteras. It's in Nassau right now, and that's possibly moving that over to Panama. I would take it from Florida, right here where I'm at, over to Panama. That could be coming up. Michael's getting ready to close on his trawler, which is a 50 Ocean Alexander. We were going to go down to the West Coast. I was going to help him for a few days to move the boat, but I don't think I can because we're looking at plane tickets, and it's just too far away, so it doesn't look like that one's going to happen. But then we got Daniel. I think he's just closing on the 65 Viking. You should see me on that here in the next, I don't know, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. I'd be on the 65 Viking, possible on this 65-foot Hatteras. And then there is a few other boats, the 34 Beneteau. It did close. We got a final closing on that one. So you should see me moving that. I think that's scheduled for the first week in September. I should be moving that boat. Anyway, anybody needs any help moving a boat, anybody needs any help looking at a boat, especially down here in this Florida market, I'm here and I'm available and I'm willing to do it. Anyway, peace out again. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Bye.